everyone. If you are new, my name is Marin. Welcome to another reading vlog. This is going to be my vlog for the next round of the Final Book Support Group, which is hosted by Steph over at Steph Loves. If you are unfamiliar with the Final Book Support Group, basically it is just a readathon that encourages you to read series books. If you watched my September TBR, which I will link up above, you will know that I am significantly behind on my reading for 2024, and I am hoping that in this week I can knock out 3 series books. 2 of them will finish off a series, 1 of them will continue a series. So that's my goal. 3 books, potentially 4 if I can squeeze a Nancy Drew book in there as well. That would also be great because I am very behind on those. But anyway, that's what you're going to be seeing in this vlog. The readathon actually starts tomorrow on September 2nd. It is Labor Day, so I am not working, so I will have a whole day to read. And my goal for tomorrow is going to be to read Spellbound by Rachel Hawkins. This will finish off her Hex Hall series. So this series is following Sophie. Sophie is a witch. She does some magic that gets her into trouble, so she's sent to this boarding school, and that's how the series starts. And we are now into the 3rd book. There have been some revelations, some things like that that have come out. I am going to be as non-spoilery as possible talking about this one. I will basically probably just give you some overall feelings. These have been very, very quick reads, so I'm hoping that this one will be the same so that I can actually get on pace with some of my series. So the other 2 series books that I'm going to be reading are in this enormous stack behind me. But basically, I am hoping to get to In the Afterlight, which is the 3rd and final book in the Darkest Minds trilogy by Alexandra Bracken. And I am hoping to also read Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, which is book 2 in her Red Queen series. So that's what's on the agenda for this vlog. I just wanted to kind of start this today. Again, today's Sunday. I am actually reading a different series book. This one right here, Murder Most Unladylike by Robin Stevens, but I'm not going to talk about that in this vlog. This was on my June TBR and I didn't finish it. I am very, very early on. I'm only on page 33, but my goal is to knock this out today. So if I think about it, I might give you some thoughts on this tomorrow, but I wanted to just start this vlog off when I'm still looking halfway decent, and I will come back and chat with you tomorrow once I'm about 100 pages-ish into this one, and that will kick off the vlog for the Final Book Support Group. So I will see you then. Hello all, happy Monday. I have officially started Spellbound and have just gotten to page 105, which is chapter 12. So I've read this much right here. You're hit within the first 20 pages with a little bit of a surprise regarding Sophie's background, and you are definitely following her as she is coming to adjust, I guess, to some things that happened at the tail end of book 2. So at this point, not a whole lot has happened, and it's mostly setting up what I think is kind of gearing up to be like a big battle type thing. So that's kind of where I am. I don't really have any thoughts other than that on this. It's fine. It reads decently quickly. This morning, Steph hosted sprints, but it would have been at like 3 a.m. my time or something, which was just not happening. So I am rewatching them right now. We're in the first sprint, and that's when I've gotten to chapter 12. So I wanted to just pop on, do this update like I said that I would. So hopefully I can get through the rest of this throughout the course of the sprints. There are, let's see, 327 pages, because at the back of this book is like a quick look at what is book 4, but is actually like a spin-off focusing on characters that we meet in here, but not Sophie as the main character. So yeah, 327 pages. I'm on 105, so I should be able to get through this in its entirety today. It is already 4:30. I spent a lot of time this morning editing some videos because I needed to get those up and ready for this week. And now this will be my focus for the remainder of the night. So I'm also watching some US Open tennis, and that's all that's on the agenda. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive back into this one, read for the remainder of the time left on the sprints, and then take a break when she does her usual break, and then dive back into this. So hopefully I will be coming back with an update at the end of this book today to let you know ratings, final thoughts, that sort of thing. But obviously it is a third book in a series, so I'm not gonna be able to go super in depth with it. So that's the little update. I will see you again, hopefully, once I have finished the book. Hello all, happy Tuesday. It's time for a reading update for Spellbound. I did finish reading Spellbound last night, as I said I was going to. I'm giving this one 4 stars. If Goodreads did half stars, it would be a 3.5. But I'm gonna round it up on Goodreads. I feel like there were just a couple quibbles that I had with the story. Something happens at the end that I wasn't absolutely sold on. I don't feel like it was necessary. And I also just felt like the sense of tension was kind of lacking in the writing. So I wasn't completely enamored with it, wasn't drawn in the way I was expecting, considering everything that's going on in the book itself. This is one where, had I not set myself a goal to read it in one day, I easily could have set it aside and taken several days off. There just was something missing with the writing that kept me absolutely engaged and wanting to continue reading. So I'm giving it 4 stars on Goodreads. I felt like it was a very good series finale, but there were just a couple things that I personally did not love. So that one is done. It checks off another series from my 2024 series TBR, and I'm very happy that that one's done. Today we had a building professional development day, so we did not have students today at work. Because I am a special area teacher, we were allowed to not attend the actual building PD because that was based on curriculum that they are doing in their classrooms. So myself and the 2 music teachers just kind of hung out in the art room. The art teacher was at a PD with other art teachers from the district, and I am not really sure what was going on with the PE teachers because they were not there. They may have been doing the same type of thing, but we just kind of hung out and chilled. I was able to plan out my lessons for the month of September, so I was able to get some good work done. And I also got a lot of Little Women listened to, which I'm very excited about. So I am about halfway through. I am on page 265, and I'm hoping I can finish this tomorrow because I really want to start the audio of In the Afterlight by Alexandra Bracken for this vlog, since it is a series vlog. So hopefully I can start that on Thursday. Tonight, I am going to start reading the second book in the Red Queen series, which is called Glass Sword. I found a Kindle download of it from my library, so I've borrowed that. I do also have the audiobook, so I can kind of like flip between the two. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox my book of the month book for this month. Check it over, make sure it's not damaged or anything. I have talked previously about how I'm not absolutely in love with book of the month. I haven't loved a lot of their picks the last year or so, but I did find one this month that I thought sounded interesting. So the one I picked up is this one right here. This is Mad Woman. This is by Chelsea Beaker, I believe. And it says, a gripping story of motherhood, mother loss, and the brutal, mighty things women do to keep themselves and each other alive. It's about an abusive relationship and a woman who's trying to escape that abusive relationship. I was having a hard time deciding if I was actually going to pick one up this month. I looked at a lot of ratings on Goodreads, some initial reviews for like the choices, and this one sounded the most interesting. I am trying to use up my credits because I am not planning on renewing Book of the Month next year or whenever I use up my credits. So I am trying to find something to spend the credits on, but this one does sound genuinely interesting, so hopefully I will enjoy it. I make no promises about when I'm going to get to it. I'm not very good about reading my Book of the Month books, which is another reason why I'm going to cancel the subscription. But yes, this one sounded interesting. Hopefully I will enjoy it, and I'm just looking to make sure it's not damaged in any way. But yeah, so that's my book mail. Not a whole lot going on there, so pick that one up. Now I am going to read a little bit of Glass Sword, and I will do what I did with Spellbound. I will check in with you once I get to the 100-page mark. I don't know if that'll be tonight, tomorrow, whatever. I'm kind of giving myself the whole remainder of this vlog to finish that book. It is kind of chunky, and yeah, so I'm just going to kind of take my time with it. So once I have an update, you will see me back on here talking to you about it. Other than that, I'm going to chill for the rest of this evening. My foot is a little sore, so just going to kind of relax. So I will see you with a reading update whenever I have one. Hello all, long time no chat. Today is Sunday and I am working on finishing up In the Afterlight by Alexandra Bracken. So I am a little over halfway. I have this much left and the goal today is going to be to finish this book. So looking at the page count, it looks like I have 235 pages left, so that should be doable. It's a lot, but the font is fairly good sized on here, and I also have the audio. That's what I was listening to this morning as I kind of got ready for the day. So that's what we're going to be working on, and then this will be the last book for this vlog. So I have not yet started Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, which I was hoping to read this week as part of the Final Book support group. So I will be reading that first in the next vlog. I have it on my Kindle and I have like 8 days left in my library loan. So that is going to be the first book that I tackle in the next vlog. I just did not have like the mental capacity to read when I got home from work, and then I also had physical therapy 2 times this week. So just did not have the energy to actually read that. I was like falling asleep. So this is going to be the last book for this vlog. I will come back and chat with you once I've got maybe 100 pages left, just to give like a quick update, but this will close out this vlog. So I will come back and chat with you with an update when I have one. Hello all, it's going on 4:30. I am a little more than 100 pages from the end. So I have this chunk right here. It's chapter 20. I was listening to the audiobook, honestly, for this while I played a coloring game on my iPad. It's called Happy Color. I think it's lots of fun. If you have an iPad, check it out. But yeah, so I am on chapter 20. So this will get done today. I'm ready for the action to pick up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the 200-ish pages that I was reading thus far are really focused on like the relationship aspect between Ruby and her love interest. I don't know how much spoilers I should give because this is book 3, but I don't care. I really don't care about it. I am interested more in how things are going to be solved in terms of the camps that these kids are still being held in and that whole storyline. I want to see the downfall of the government, this current president, etc. That's what I'm interested in. So this honestly has focused a lot more on Ruby's relationship with her love interest. There are obviously other things going on. There have been bits of action in here, which I did enjoy, but I personally feel like we're dragging a bit right now. So I am ready to get into some action, which I definitely feel like is coming based on some things that have been going on in the background. So hopefully the last 100+ pages will pick up and it will end on like a high note, because I'm a little bit bored with the like interpersonal drama. I just don't care about that. So that's my little update. Next time I talk to you, this will be done. Thank goodness, because this is definitely a chunker, and as I've said, it's just not as exciting to me as book 2 was. I quite enjoyed book 2. So yes, gonna get back to this. Steph did sprints again today, so I'm watching the replay of those. So I just read the bulk of that with the last sprint. So hopefully I can finish the rest of this in the next one. I'm not sure how many more she's doing. I think there's gonna be at least one more after this one that's coming up. But yes, just trucking along on this, kind of ready for it to be done, honestly. So I will come back and chat with you once I have finished. Hello all, it is 7:18 and I have finished In the Afterlight by Alexandra Bracken. I'm gonna give this one 4 stars. I still think there was too many pages spent on interpersonal drama, but the last 100 pages of this were really, really well done, really like ramped up the tension, kept me on the edge of my seat, and I very much enjoyed that. There was also a part in that same set of pages that made me a little emotional, made me tear up a little bit. So very, very good series finale, because I am not counting this book 4 as a continuation of this. Reading into it a little bit, it's like unfinished. So there are a lot of questions that are unanswered. It adds like a whole other element to like what you're doing in this book. So I'm just not interested in reading that. So this is, in my opinion, the actual finale of the series. So that's what we're counting. So I'm counting the series as completed. But yes, 4 stars for this one. Very much enjoyed it. Now, if you watched my September TBR, you will know that I have a hefty TBR. Here are all of the books that I'm hoping to get read this month. There are 20 total, and I'm happy to report that here's what it is looking like at the end of this first vlog. So 4 books down, 16 to go. So let's do a little recap. So before this vlog even started, I did read Murder Most Unladylike by Robin Stevens. I quite enjoyed this one, gave it 4 stars. If you like middle grade and you like mystery, give it a go. This one was a lot of fun. I have the rest of the books in this series, so I'm very excited to kind of dive into those at some point, but this one was very, very good, a good way to start the month off. So this was book 1 for September. Then, as you saw in this vlog, I read Spellbound by Rachel Hawkins. This one was not as good as book 2 in this series, but still a good series finale, like I'm talking about TV. So 4 stars for this one. This was book 2 of the month. And then I did tackle my nemesis, which is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, thanks to a full cast dramatization, which is abridged, but look, I already DNF'd this once before. I'm gonna use whatever I can to get through it, and I feel like the abridged book gave you enough of like the overall gist of the story. So, counting it done, this one's done. Hooray, this was book 3. And then obviously I also just finished In the Afterlife by Alexandra Bracken for book 4 of the month. So, pretty good start to the month. I am still behind on my Goodreads goal, but I think I am now 3 books behind. Let me double check. Yes, I am officially 3 books behind schedule now, if you can see that. I started this month 6 books behind. So, making progress. We will see if I can't get all the way caught up by the end of this month. That would be awesome. So making progress on that as well. So that's going to close out this vlog. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me this week as I attempted to read some series books and cross them off of my TBR. My next vlog will go up a week after this one. I'm going to be doing week-long vlogs for this whole month to try to get through that very large September TBR. The first book that you can expect to see from me in that vlog is going to be Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. I am also hoping to read a Nancy Drew book next week. And then I also want to read, is it God of the Woods? Yeah, God of the Woods by Liz Moore, which is the Literally Dead book club pick for September. I have that right now out from my library on audio. So hopefully that will be what you see in next week's vlog, with possibly another book as well, since I would kind of like to stay with that 4 books per week pace. So we'll cross our fingers. That's what will be coming up in the next vlog. So I hope I will see you then. In the meantime, if you liked this one, please do leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.